Did you know that the first 12 years of your life determines how you're going to spend the next 50 years of your life? The kind of parenting we receive during our childhood lays the foundation of the kind of adults we will become. It teaches us how to relate with others, how to govern our emotions, how to deal with relationships, friendships, and other social settings, and how to deal with the challenges that life brings our way. Hi guys, welcome to Coaching with Wangari Migwi, and today we are going to discuss how childhood wounds are formed through different forms of parenting, and how we carry these wounds with us into our adulthood, and how it affects the way we deal and relate with other people. So let's get started. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, Coaching with Wangari Migwi is a platform that seeks to empower, uplift, motivate, and encourage people, especially young women, to become the best version of themselves so that they can live a quality and fulfilling life. So don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe so that every time I post new content, you're always updated and you're never left behind on matters of heart, mind, and life. Welcome. I would just like to note that this video is not meant to criticize parents in any way, but it's rather supposed to help us understand how our childhood is affecting our current relationships as adults. Remember that our parents also did the best they could according to how they were also brought up and how their parents before that were also brought up. The early relationships we have with our caregivers or our parents determine the kind of relationships you're going to have in our adulthood. For example, if your parents or caregivers were attentive to you as a child, whenever you needed attention, they were always there for you. They always wanted to understand what you are going through, and they always provided what you needed, and they created a safe space for you where you could express yourself, and they were open to knowing what you are going through. As an adult, you become a person who is emotionally mature and emotionally available. You are also this kind of person who can communicate your feelings and your needs very well and clearly to other people, and you can also tolerate the emotions of other people because you are very mature emotionally. So the next kind of parenting is where the parent or the caregiver was very physically and emotionally unavailable to you as a child. Okay, so maybe when they came home from work, they were very tired and they didn't spend much time with you because maybe because of the stress that they were going through. Maybe they hired a maid or a nanny to take care of you. So by providing everything, they thought that your needs were well catered for. So they weren't really very emotional to you or physically available to you as you are growing up. And so you are left to deal with big and huge emotions on your own, all alone, because you couldn't go to them, you couldn't approach them because you didn't have that close relationship with them as you are growing up. So because you learned how to deal with all kinds of emotions on your own from a very early age, as an adult you become this person who is considered very insensitive by other people because you don't know how to show up for other people emotionally. You don't know how to consider the emotions of other people because from a young age you had to learn how to handle and deal with your own emotions. You didn't get to learn how to deal with the emotions of other people. And even when you encounter challenges, when you go through rough patches in life, when you talk to people about your problems, you talk to them in a way that you're just informing them and trying to find a solution, but you don't really open up to people to seek emotional support because you don't know how to do that because you're so used to being on your own. Or perhaps as you are growing up, your parent or your caregiver didn't know how to deal with their own emotions. Okay, so like for example, when they were having a bad day, they will vent to you. They will take all their stress out on you. Okay, they will scold you, they will complain a lot, wangekupigia makelele mingi. Okay, but it's because of the stressful day they have had. But if they had had a very nice day, they would be very cheerful, very attentive to you, they will be very fun, they will even play with you. But if they had a bad day, they will be the complete opposite. They will complain, they will even beat you, scold you, all these things. So this created an atmosphere of unpredictability, okay, because you couldn't be sure how the parent will behave, how they will react. And so because of this, you had to be very careful with how you behave around the parent, okay, or the caregiver, so that you don't make them angry because you're not sure if you mess up how they're going to respond to it. So as an adult, you may have turned out to be a person who is considered a people pleaser. This is whereby you always aim to achieve the needs of other people or to please other people first. Okay, you place the needs of other people above your own. Okay, so in your world, everyone else comes first and you come second. And then some of you may have been raised by a parent or a caregiver who was depressed, traumatized, neglectful, or very abusive. And by abusive, I mean they used to take drugs or alcohol, and you will witness a lot of violence in the house. You will witness a lot of chaos going around. There was no peace in the house as you are growing up. So you are used to a very chaotic situation, because anytime the parent was in their abusive state, you had to endure it because you are a child. There is no way you could have walked away from that situation. There is no way you could have run away from home, because you depend on the parent or the caregiver to help you physically or emotionally as you grew up, because they were your provider. And so you just had to persevere everything that happened whenever they were being abusive to you. And because they are your parents, there may have been cases where they were also nice to you. Okay, so in this case, the abuser was also displayed loving qualities to you or caring qualities to you. And so you got used to this messy, chaotic environment, okay, in terms of relationships. And so as an adult, you may find that you don't really know how to distinguish between safe or healthy relationships and chaotic or toxic or abusive relationship, because somehow they all fit into one, because that's what you're used to. Because as you grew up, the person who will abuse you, and by abuse, this could have been verbally, emotionally, physically, okay, all kinds of abuse. The person who took care of you is the same person who abused you, and the same person whom you relied on emotionally. So that laid the foundation of your earliest relationship. And so as an adult, you may not know how to distinguish between healthy and toxic relationships. You may be more drawn to chaotic or toxic relationships than you are drawn to healthy relationships, because the toxic, the chaotic relationship, it feels more familiar, it feels more like home. So it doesn't mean that there is anything wrong with you. It's just that is what you're used to. And also another thing, you may find that you don't really understand your own emotions, because you're so used to the chaos. You find that you don't understand the way you feel sometimes. You don't know why you do the things you do. You don't know why you react the way you do to certain things. And you may have caught yourself asking yourself, why do you feel the way you do? You just don't understand yourself emotionally. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching this video to the end. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. And also don't forget to share this video so that it can reach someone else who may find this content useful, especially someone who may be struggling with understanding their own emotions. So stay safe, and see you next time, where we'll be talking about reparenting and how you can heal the wounded inner child. It's always a pleasure. See ya.